What's good with it? It's your boy Fireman E, and you are watching Fireman E Reacts. If you like conspiracy theories like me, and you like firefighters, man, make sure y'all like and subscribe and comment down below. Let me know what y'all feel. We can talk about all of these different things. We watching it together, so you know what I'm saying. Without further ado, let's see what they talking about, man. I'm big on this stuff.
Y'all really want to know why it's flooding? Like, oh my gosh, what does this mean? It's so hot that Chinese people are sitting in caves.
Ooh.
There are thousands of people dying in Europe right now due to a heat wave. It's flooding and it's hot. When thousands of people in Detroit do not have power.
See, like these. So, in my opinion, why is it that a lot of this stuff is not publicized? This is like my first time hearing a lot of these things. You know, I follow a few things on like Instagram. I've been getting like into my knowledge because this is like, you know what I'm saying? It's big news in my opinion. Why are they not talking about it? Y'all tell me down below why you think they're not talking about it. It sounds rhetorical, but I want to still hear y'all opinion.
Pakistan is flooding due to their glaciers melting. And all this is supposed to be natural causes. Let's not forget that this sneaky snake has bought over 270,000 acres of farmland. I've already told y'all that the planet is alive. The trees, the plants, the water. A lot of y'all are waking up to your surroundings due to the planet raising its vibration. So these are the symptoms of it. There are elemental deities working right now, cleaning up this planet. There are a lot of stories of God.
And I feel like I believe that it's so much history behind that. And when you start seeing results of the actions that they might be speaking of or stuff that they found thousands and thousands of years ago, like who am I to debate? You feel me?
Deities coming down with these elemental powers crafting the earth. Greek, Norse, Yoruba. Y'all asking where
You think it's just their imagination?
Y'all remember when I told y'all about the ice wall that's holding in the oceans that we have?
Yeah.
And y'all know that Pakistan's glaciers are erupting, causing all of this water from the other side to come in. So tell me that y'all don't think that these elemental deities are not making this happen. Okay, let me try to explain this the best way I can. Maps show you exactly what it wants you to see. I'm trying to figure out what goes further than the map. Just like in Game of Thrones, beyond the wall. Okay, so y'all see this map right here. There's a wall right here, and then there's all of our countries. If y'all don't believe me, there's a man, a naval officer, who showed proof that there are lands way beyond the ice wall.
Yes, and I'm ordering this book. I can't remember the name, but I gotta find it. One of my homies sent it, but it talks about somebody that lived behind the ice wall. Like, man, it get deep. It get deep.
He documented it and went beyond the wall and said that it was 74 degrees Fahrenheit. Seeing a city and aircrafts. He said he even saw mammoths. And also showed that they had markings the type of swastika. Now, he was digging his nose in Antarctica too. And he showed
Hitler.
up that swastika. Also found in Africa. But I'm going to say the truth is coming.
I
It's
didn't
the
know
age of awakening. Just all the walls is being broken down. We're actually going to see what's been hidden from us. In all aspects, everywhere. With the government, with the sky, with these different realms, they're trying to take over our food source, our power, to make us depend on them. Because they want to keep this stuff in control for as long as they can.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't have to check. The blinds was closed.
Yeah.
Y'all stay dangerous. All of this is just the rise of the planet.
Yeah, so I mean, my opinion, and like I said, this is just me. I want to hear everybody's opinion. If you come across this video anytime, I'm gonna try my best to comment on everybody. You know, I'm sure I'm able to, but you know what I'm saying. So anyway, I just feel like a lot of that stuff, it does have a lot of history and a lot of like things that's aligned. Like you're not just gonna tell me this ice wall is for nothing. People get in trouble for trying to go over it, and like they got treaties and things that they signed about over that ice wall. I want to know, man. Like, I'm just curious. It's not like a dire thing, but it's like, man, I'd be really wanting to know. Like, we just kind of live in limited spaces, and this is what you're told. This is how you got to live, and that's it. And then they talk about gods and stuff like thousands of years ago, hieroglyphs. It's just too much, man. It just opening up my brain. But I love these types of videos, so I want to share one I ain't seen. We're gonna talk about it, man. I want to hear y'all opinion for real.
You probably think this world is a dream come true, but you're wrong.
Always sleepy, outgoes most friends. And I feel like that's the stage that I'm in. I don't want nobody like my homies, whatever. If y'all see this, it's not y'all. It's like you just grow into different things, different mentalities. You might be into certain things at one point, and you just start feeling yourself transition. You know what I'm saying? Wanting to like seek knowledge and just really get out there. Like, that's how I'm feeling. But you know, I still lock in at moments where I feel like I'm able to. My energy be so up and down, and I just got to stabilize myself. I don't mean to stop it too much, but that's how I feel.
When I first started my spiritual journey, you might not think that you are crazy All of those
I
are
got all
helpful
this.
tools, but they are just like training wheels. They're only teaching you how to use what's already on the inside of you.
Yeah.
The real power is within.
We got
The real
crystals
reason
inside
that
our
you
body.
are afraid of spirits and ghosts is because you are also afraid and unfamiliar with the true essence of yourself. Mediums, readers, astrologers, etc. are lying if they ever tell you that they can tell you your life purpose. You are the only one who can discover that. Part of
I believe that too.
Meditation is the best spiritual practice, hands down. No one can heal you. Please run far away from anyone who says that they can help you, but you have to heal yourself.
That's
The
true.
ancestors do not need material offerings. You being here, your willfulness and progression in life, that is the offering. If they are
Yeah, I hear about
asking for
altars and
material
stuff.
things, then they are earthbound. They're stuck on the astral realm. Stop giving them things and encourage them to ascend.
Yeah, a lot of these videos volume be up and down. So I say that aura isn't real. Oh, scientifically it is. They have like a little thing where they show colors around people. I don't know what are you doing right now. Is it like yellow or something? If y'all know what's going on, tell me in the comment section. Cause I'm interested, but I'm confused too. Like, what is he doing for real? You can't perceive what you can't accept.
PSA, this will save you lots of energy. If you find yourself in an argument or a debate and the other person you're talking to or communicating with is not intending to learn from you and they're intending to prove a point not to learn, you are wasting your energy. Rewatch that.
Hey, and what's going on? Quick question. Can we start acknowledging that slavery never really existed and begin calling it what it was? Surprise war. 1. You don't castrate slaves. Why? Because they can't make you more slaves. 2. You don't separate slaves from their families because now they have no loyalty to you or any reason to remain working for you. 3. Do you know who you do castrate and separate from their families? Prisoners of war. In 1492, Christopher Columbus didn't discover anything. He was doing reconnaissance for Spanish, the Portuguese, and the Roman Catholic Church, specifically Pope Alexander VI. Once Christopher Columbus's reconnaissance was complete, Pope Alexander VI declared the papal bull Inter Caetera, which means among other works. The Inter
I heard that.
Caetera, or the papal bull in 1493, gave the Portuguese and the Spanish the right to exterminate the aboriginal peoples of the Americas because they were considered savages because they were not Christian faith. This is the
That was see a lot of stuff get more deep because it's like you see he's talking kind of fast and there's a lot of knowledge in between. A lot of these things I ran by, just seeing videos and seeing stuff online. You know how it go. You just go down that rabbit hole of finding information. So yeah.
Of discovery. See, it says the papal bull Inter Caetera, or among other works, issued by Pope Alexander VI. We'll get back to him in a second. On May 4th, 1493, played a central role in the Spanish conquest of the New World, not discovery, but watch this.
Conquest,
the document
yeah.
supported Spain's strategy to ensure its exclusive rights to the land discovered by Columbus the previous year. First of all, Columbus did not discover America. Cristobal Colon is a Cullen who is one of the 1%ers of the world. When you realize that Christopher Columbus's real name is not Christopher Columbus, but Cristobal Colon, aka Cristoforo Cullen, that is the point in history when you realize the Cullen family and the Colon family are the same family. On one hand, the Colon family is a prominent family that everything Colombian is named after, even the District of Columbia that owns the land deed to the corporation that is the United States of America.
Okay.
But on the other hand, changing their names as to not be detected throughout history, as is their modus operandi, the Cullen family has now become the Collins bloodline of the 13 families. Each one of these families has a position or purpose inside of their organization.
And it's so weird when I see people like in position in different levels, like they had the pyramid of like rankings and different things like that. Like life seems so like systematic even in that point. Like even if you have quote unquote power, a lot of people just kind of run with narratives and the story get twisted up over the years and you start thinking like, like what's real and what's not. They got a day after this man and it's so much like false information and yeah, I don't.
The Cullen family is only called when there is a mass culling necessary. What is a culling, you ask?
Yeah, what is a
The
culling?
reduction of a wild animal or barbarous nation population by selective slaughter. Selective slaughter. So knowing this, why would Pope Alexander VI, the Pope, the holy man of the world, why would he enlist such a sadistic bloodline?
Right.
Who is Pope Alexander VI? Pope Alexander VI, aka Rodrigo de Borgia, of the Borgia bloodline. Why does that sound familiar? It's not like they changed the face of all history or anything. Where have I heard that name before? Doesn't he have a son named Cesar? Pope Alexander VI is the father of white Jesus. Lord.
Knowledge that people are living in their own personal heaven. Okay. Starts to see how people. So, wait, let me read this. Start to see how people contribute to their own life suffering, keeping them in a constant loop of sadness, stress, and pain. See, it's a lot of information like that you can run into when she, you know, basically said, let's go back a little bit, guys. She said, the 4 agreements. You know, so like in the Bible, even it says in the Bible, you know, because I believe in the information itself, but the way that people kind of like, you know, separate religion, you know, with like I'm better than you, with just like some sort of like prestige energy. Like for my opinion, when it comes to this, when they say the Bible is allegorical, where it's like a story that represents something, and it's so many references about it being in you. You know, when they say, you know, you call somebody to be into your life, it's almost like you have that free will power to do that. Now, the way that you treat that spirit and the way you connect to it, you know, it's to each its own. That's why people have their own walks of life. So when they said this, I'm like, I really felt that, because that's what I kind of even got when I was going to church. You know, I kind of felt that aspect of it. Like it's really from within. Because when you leave these doors, or, you know, if your mind goes into something negative, it's about how you like articulate yourself back into these different spaces. So it's certain elements that I like, you know, when it comes to this. So I really like these agreements. Never heard of the 4 agreements, but I'm really rocking with it. Let me know what y'all think. It's just my opinions. Start to see how people contribute to their own suffering. Yep, that's very true too.
There's a group of people that say that dragons were real. And I'll explain.
Yeah, I'm definitely one of those people. Check out this clip real quick.
China. So I seen a clip in China recently about like a drag, like they showed something flying in the air and it's spitting fire and hitting a building or something. So I mean, it's recent evidence. So I'm like really kind of thrown off. I think it was in China though.
So around the same time period in, you know, China, South America,
So China,
Africa, all these different Rome, all these places, images depicted people fighting dragons, right? And every dragon was slightly different, but it was all a giant scaly animal that could fly. So when you break that down, you think about the fact that large birds had a hard time being fossilized because their bones are so porous, right? So because bones, they have like hollowish bones, they break down very easily, they don't fossilize. So the group that says this, basically they're saying the evidence is the reason there's no fossils of dragons is because they had bird bones and they were actually very delicate animals.
Wow.
But a handful of these small population of these giant flying lizards existed and basically encompassed all these different countries where they all depicted fighting dragons in their own way, and they were all killed off by knights or.
So yeah, I want y'all to answer that question too, just as far as like when you see dragons and things like that, like in movies and all of these fictional ways, like do you believe that they just really just made that up out the blue, or even dinosaurs? Because I've heard different things about dinosaurs as well. So I want to know if y'all believe these things, like, you know, these fictional quote unquote, like I said, things where you got, you know, dinosaurs and they just like, or dragons or anything, like whatever it may be that's fictional that doesn't exist today. Do you feel like they just made it up for a cool story or just something to like, you know, entertain themselves? But I believe in a lot of different things, but I'm not like all the way 100% certain. So I be want to go back and forth with people, but it's hard to have these conversations with everybody.
Whatever it is, and then didn't fossilize.
What are your thoughts? I'm starting to think that there might be a little bit more truth to all the fairy tales that we were told than we may have first suspected.
What happened with the rest of the world?
This is how you should be getting prepared. Know that all change is not bad change. This change will right the wrongs done unto the people by the government. America has just reached its Pluto return. So karma finna tear that ass up. People beginning to grow their own foods will only be better for us.
Yeah.
We won't have to rely on the government and big grocery stores because it's gonna be a community thing. Teachers quitting their job is most likely gonna be a computerized system teaching the kids, which will then lead to people homeschooling. And that's how the kids will actually be taught the things they need to know. Cashiers probably won't have their jobs anymore
because of the
And
robots.
You see already, self-checkout is beginning to take over.
Facts.
Your bank account, I would keep cash on hand and have some in my bank account also. Because in some states, they're beginning to freeze bank accounts.
Yep. I just seen a clip on Instagram where a lady was saying something about like truck drivers. It's about truck drivers, about them freezing accounts and stuff like that. And they putting something in law. I think this is just something that I've seen. And I don't know how like accurate it is, but they will reference like clips and documents and articles and stuff. But it's like December 13th, I want to say, that they're trying to make like one, like the Federal Reserve trying to make one account to where they basically can monitor like your money and things like that. Like they really saying like they want to monitor your money, and if you spending too much, or if you're doing this, or if you get in trouble, they can, you know, not let you have this money. It's ridiculous, man. So if you're making all of this money, whatever you're making, if you commit a crime or if something happens, and you know what I'm saying, they can control it. And I think they, in my opinion, I feel like the medical field will get involved because that's what they do. I think the medical field will get involved just to say like if you're like a diabetic or things like that. And that's gonna be hard because it's easy enough to say, hey, can you go buy me this, you know, from a family member or a friend or somebody on the street, whatever, you know, like, hey, I'm gonna send you some money, buy me this. But yeah, it's ways around it, but yeah, it's getting real. So I like this type of thing, and I've seen things recently.
Start getting familiar with this earth. Learn your streets without GPS.
And I want to start growing
Don't
food.
rely on the government. Get in tune with technology, and you gonna be fine.
I know y'all seen my previous video about all the aircrafts in the sky that no one can see. And I know y'all seen the comments.
The cloak.
And we figured out that this is not just happening right here on the East Coast. It's happening all around the world.
I've been seeing
You remember me
videos.
telling y'all about how we live in a multi-dimensional world, right? And about the Elohim with the war in heaven. What do y'all think we're really hearing right now? Just think about it.
Nothing is where you think it is.
Yeah, because I seen clips, you know, stuff in the sky, and people, I seen a plane just sitting stagnant, like just a regular plane, not like a fighter jet or some army based plane. It was like one of those things that flies the little banner behind it. Like I seen a clip like within the last month about that. My homeboy sent it, and it just was like stagnant in the air, and everybody stopped and recorded, but it wasn't moving. It's not like it was moving in slow motion. But man, I don't know.
Yes.
A huge dust storm from the Sahara. How did the dust from the Sahara reach the Caribbean so quick? That means Africa is closer than they tell you. Question everything. Everything is a blasted lie. I had an auntie that worked for the airline, Air Jamaica to be specific, for many years. And right before she retired, the pilots told her, direct flight to Africa is only 3.5 hours from Barbados.
Oh
So why we
yeah,
have
there's a
forgotten
lot of
Europe?
lies on the maps
Forgot
too.
Africa. Those blasted witches. Why they send us to Italy and London and Europe? Forgot. We over here so. Forgot Africa so. You have a question, Nat? Yes, my beloved. 3.5 hour flight. That's what the pilots told us. Directly from Barbados.
Wow.
Map is wrong. Dear
Oh
yes.
yeah, this is the clip that I
Now
seen
look
right
at
here.
Greenland.
Watch this.
Okay. Now look at Africa.
Okay.
The two land masses appear to be roughly the same size.
Yes.
Would it blow your mind if I told you that Africa is in reality 14 times larger?
Wow. See?
Yes.
The predominantly black
Here we have
country.
Europe, drawn considerably larger than South America. When it's 6.9 million square miles, South America is almost double the size of Europe's 3.8 million.
Alaska appears 3 times as large as Mexico, when Mexico is larger by 0.1 million square miles.
Germany appears in the middle of the map when it's in the northernmost quarter of the Earth.
Wait. Relative size is one thing, but you're telling me that Germany isn't where we think it is?
Nothing's where you think it is.
Where is it?
And do y'all feel like this is from like a movie or a TV show? Like They be throwing stuff in those things, man, and I'll be locked in. Like, I believe it. I don't think they just gonna do this. And you can go do your own research. People not able to debunk it because it's so, like, you know,
Glad you asked.
easy to see.
Only 3.5 hour direct flight from Barbados. Is it something they don't want us to see over the sea? I currently see they are making money, currency, off of our ignorance. So get with it. Question everything.
Yeah.
It's the time of revelation. You know, see what I want. That's where everything you
Wagwan.
learn and start relearn.
I like
It
it.
looked like this before. How many of you have
Oh
ever
yeah, I
seen
seen
this
her
map?
before, but let me see.
See that map?
Isn't this the map that you use K through 16 in the United States of America? Now, folks, look at this map. According to your social studies teacher, what is the equator?
The line that goes across
An imaginary line where?
the middle,
Around the center of the Earth.
center of
Then
the
if this
earth.
map is correct, then the equator must be here, and Chicago has a tropical climate. Now, folks, this is the map that we use in the schools. Look where the United States is, in the middle of the world, right? Now, here's the USSR, which is no more, of course, Mongolia, China, Africa, India, Pakistan, Afghanistan. Now, look over here. USSR, Mongolia, China, India, Pakistan, Afghanistan. Twin Indias here. We have 2 Indias. Did you know that? Now, people, this is a flat-out lie. Look at the size of Greenland and the size of South America. According to your social studies teachers, what were continents? Largest land masses on the face of the earth, right? Now, do you know the continents?
My top 5 spiritual awakening movies of all time.
Oh, what is that? Beyond. No. Oh, those science. They got the like, logo right there. I can see it. Avatar is amazing. I still watch that off and on. The Matrix, seen it a million times. The Fourth Kind. That movie is based on like real events where they have like, not only do they do the remake of the movie, but they would put clips of like somebody floating off of a bed or something right next to the, you know, the actual, well, like, yeah, the real one with the, you know, the movie one. So man, I got to go back and watch that. I started to, you know, get more into this conspiracy, if you want to call it that. I don't really call it conspiracy because a lot of stuff become facts over time. I'm gonna go back and rewatch that more and more. I got the Kabbalion book. Kabbalion is what I call it.
But we're going to keep going anyway. So today we're going to talk about the principle of correspondence. As above,
So below.
As below, so above.
Like the Stranger Things is deep.
Principle basically talks about how everything in your external reality is a reflection of your internal world. This is why so many people say, as cliche as this sounds by now, is that if you want to change your external reality,
You got to go within.
You have to
I'll
change your
call
inner
it.
state of being. And by inner state of being, we're talking mental, emotional, and spiritual. This is the reason why inner work is needed if you're trying to change your life. As you begin to do the inner work, reality has no choice but to start shifting around to reflect your inner state, because it is law. As above, so below. As within, so without. Have you ever noticed that nature is mimicking our anatomy and how the same pattern is playing out over and over again throughout life?
That's true.
The macrocosm is a reflection of the microcosm. Take a look at the death of the star and the birth of the sun.
And I seen something recently, like how like H1N1 and all of these different things happen like really on a time scale. I think it's like 5 or 10 years. It's like, you know, you can call it like scientifical, where it's like this supposed to happen this way, but why is it not off like a whole year? You know what I'm saying? Like, or if you understand how these things are about to happen, what type of true preparation can you have, you know? And I'm sure that, you know, the epidemiologists and all of these people that truly study that, and even just natural survivors, and you combine all of these things, I'm sure the masses, you know, could have lived through a lot of these different things that, you know, so-called happen in a way where it's just supposed to happen that way. Yeah, so I don't know if it's done yet. Yeah, it's like all of these things. They got like fruit and all of this stuff, and trees look like hair, and veins, and leaves and stuff. I mean, this stuff get deep, man.
Formation of the universe, neurons under a microscope.
See, all identical, man.
Very similar.
Very similar. Look, yeah, Milky Way. I seen that one before. Yeah. So.
Y'all really want to know what?
So, man, with that being said, man, it's so many things that I could speak on, so many questions that I have for y'all, so many opinions that we all can speak on. Some things people might just dismiss, but I'm literally like an advocate for just learning more. So that's just my energy. That's why I want to bring these types of videos. If y'all want to see more, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. Let me know what y'all feel. Let me know if y'all want to see the other one. This part 16. You feel me? We can run through the whole thing. I know I just want to, so I mean, to each his own, man. I love this type of stuff. Let me know what y'all feel down below. But it's your boy Fireman E, and y'all are watching Fireman E Reacts, man. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, man. Share the video. Let's get it, man. Holla at y'all in the next one. Peace.